Okay. Hey, Zephyron, how's it going? Nice, Pablo. Glad to hear it. Morning, AJ. Ooh, interesting rank 4 suite. I mean, that's going away instantly. I don't really want to deal with this. I respect it, though. What are these new crown things that YouTube has going? Top fans for today, I guess? Interesting. That's new. Am I excited for the new mode? I have played the new mode a little bit before. I don't know. We'll see. Or actually, are there two different new modes? I forget. Yep, definitely want that. Want that. Yep, Aiden. And if I miss it, I have no regrets. I had other important things to do. Um, but yeah, may stream a little bit into work time this morning. Interesting. Ooh, Nico's open. That hasn't happened in a while. Um, Maybe I should have picked Enchantress. They don't really have answers. I probably should have. Yeah, Saffron, I have for a little bit now, and she is almost always banned. She was targeted at node 44, Aiden, just not that particular defender, I will admit. As fun as it would be to grab Jean, I don't think that's wise right now. Yeah, we were going over that assignment, and it was Sim and me on call, and I was like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can do it. And he goes, I mean, it's a rank 4, like mine. I'd kind of rather you do that than me try and make something happen, and so there we went. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Bleezy. It's a good little collection of fights, Pablo. Not the usual Black Panther fight, but I kind of just want to see how this goes. Yeah, that regen mattered. But that was okay. Cool. Healthy. The community really loves to play telephone Retin. I did not say exactly that. I guarantee that. I do think that Kate should be tuned down before 7-star release. Not a lot, but a little. And me saying that, for people who don't understand how much meaning conditionals add to a sentence, is not all that far away from it will happen. But no, I definitely did not say that. Hey, Madrox, Akbar, how's it going? When those fights go right, nothing quite like them. Thanks, Cody. I'm also not surprised to see Sinister die there. As a reminder, as Cheel gains more of her charges, she increases bleed potency, which starts to cut through Sinister's reduction. And so that can be an issue. Sorry to hear that, Bleezy. Red Hulk is solid, but 3 out of 3 is rough. Yeah, Kitty's pretty broken, Jency. I don't think I can join you on that ledge. I was about to say an interesting suite of rank 4s, and then I realized they just kept going. This one's gonna hurt a little bit. Hey, Victor. Hey, whatever helps you sleep at night, Saffron. Thoughts on a rank 4 Captain Britain? Sounds annoying as all heck. This draft did not go well. That helps. Probably not enough. Fully expecting to lose this round. Oh. That's okay. 60% concussion isn't that much worse than 75, since we didn't have any hope of the second. Yeah. That's alright. Tiger has to go pretty sideways. No, I don't think Odin pre-fights would have helped in that fight, Amjad. I understand why you're asking, but the power stings are a bunch of smaller instances of damage, and so Odin doesn't count them. Or, oh, you're asking about the shock resist. Yeah, that would have helped. It definitely would have helped. Then that's just two different pre-fight champions to support the fight, and that's tough to do. Please stop asking, Sliced Bread. It's been announced, and if it hadn't been, don't come to me for news. Really glad I'm not placing first this last time. I really don't know who's better there. Shathra into arcade just kind of hampers her play style, but not having class disadvantage matters. Cool. I love it when light attacks just get up in there. So much fun. Whoops. Could have been better. Why didn't they go with Dark Phoenix? I thought that was the whole point of not putting her on defense. Hey, Omega, how's it going? Yeah, there's just no way it's true that there's only 8 feasible attackers, Victor. You're gonna have to get a bit more creative with your deck construction. Please. I have no idea who that character is, or yeah, I'm very happy with it. But Power Burn Immune aren't the only feasible attackers. That's what I mean. Like, why restrict yourself like that? That's like looking at Hazard Shift node with Bleed and going, well, I don't have a Bleed immune. I guess I'm just out of luck. Time to pack it up and go home. And it's like, that's not the game you're playing. That was my question, Zephyr. I would have used Dark Phoenix myself. Wait, is there more down there? No, it's just the 2 quests. I don't need to be doing this right now. Keep going. A few more matches. Oh, I missed y'all up there. Hey, Wolf. Hey, Mike. Thanks for hanging out. I mean, that's 4 good choices, but I'm gonna take the one that's always banned. Who do I think is a good war boss right now? I don't know. I think people focus too much on the boss node. Place someone there that slows things down, that has a chance of getting a kill, that benefits from the extra stats, but like, at least if you're in tier 1, you're not going to win the war based off of the boss placement. That's just not really how it works. Oh, what am I thinking? Duh. Okay, I should have done something different. My brain is not screwed in right this morning. We did make masters, but it could have been cleaner, Omega. It could have been cleaner. Yeah, I definitely should have drafted a little bit differently. It's fine too. Yeah, too slow. Or? Well then. Armor Shatter works, but because it does, the Armor Break doesn't, Armor Shatter doesn't increase damage against Sentinel, it just stops his power gain at the end. Which is still worthy. This draft would be so much healthier if I had Iron Man Infinity War instead of Shang-Chi. That was just my mistake. Oops. Okay. Oh, unfortunately, was probably the game there. See, that's the thing. I didn't want to jinx it, but I was going to say the funny thing is we can still win if Kate blocks once. Thanks, Shud. I appreciate it. Uh, there's a lot of things in your questions, Arun. We were talking about Sentinel, and you pivoted to Zola. So first off, I want to make sure that you understand that Zola doesn't have power gain. But if you were talking about his energizes, no, Medusa's Armor Shatter doesn't stop any of his abilities because he protects his ability accuracy. It's a tough one, Nick. Poison Ivy's not a bad shout. I'd probably just go with a favorite and go with Martian Manhunter or Hawkgirl. I'm pretty comfortable with the Y being because they're characters that speak to me. Pretty sure that's been answered, Rhett, and if it hasn't, I'm not touching it. Oof. Doesn't sound fun, Jancy. At some point, though, Victor, it sounds like you're just not really willing to change your deck because you can put those defenders in your deck too. Like, there are ways around all of this. And if you're winning consistently, well, then your opponents can put those characters in their deck. Like, it's just, we don't get many metas where it really asks you to change things up from the default like this. Just go with it. No, Nebula would not shut off Sola. Same ability accuracy problem. Hmm. What you thinking over there? Lumitrix is a solid Zola counter. The crit pen reduction is a big problem. Which they can get around, but it just means I think they're slower. Could have been cleaner. I did some dumb stuff early, but that's pretty good. Hey, Hodge, how's it going? Hey, Misty. Thanks. Welcome back. Yeah, I hear that, Pablo. I'm sure it's a tough meta. But I like when things get swapped up. Thanks for the sub, Frost. I miss those a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, Koye for Domino sounds miserable. Absolutely miserable. I don't know that I said hi to you, Snoops, but hi. Okay. Battle of the Daunted here. But I very much like being the one with the rank advantage. Let's go. Oop. That was dumb. I guess it wasn't that dumb because I had the striker ready and I did manage to get the uncanny out of that heavy cancel. So no, actually, that was intentional and perfectly calculated. I really like gentle too. I think I just had the advantage both in RPG and in rank here. Plus, gentle not being duped is a bit of a hurdle. Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman is more recent, and then it depends on if you count High Evolutionary, because technically he does exist in the game. Both of those are Lex. It's been a good year for Lex. I'm sorry, Victor, but that's the only response I have to that. Like, first off, before anybody starts taking the wrong impression, we didn't do anything. But second, like, still works fine for me whenever I need to do it. And third, oh no, something that clearly wasn't intended, and it's definitely getting around the threat of a defender doesn't work anymore. Boo-hoo. Like, I just... I don't care. Hey, Alfie. Cream cheese, how's it going? Yeah, Mike, I'm really happy with her. Good sweet. I think I'll just do that. Nah, I'm willing to be mean on that one, Pablo. I can pick and choose. Yeah, that's the thing, Fen. I haven't had any issues with it either. Like, sometimes it gets blocked, but it's still safe enough. It's really funny, Pablo. Because I know you're kidding, but it's just, it's... People are so annoying. Why doesn't Kabam do something about this? Oh my god, they have to fix the silk lock. This abuse is terrible. And then we fix the silk lock, and it's like, oh no! Consequences! Okay. You're welcome. Also, hi, Finn. Yeah, it's a good shout, actually, Alfie. I'm willing to try that. I haven't gotten the chance to yet. Oh, no. Make sure we have a Luke weapon. Or a Kindred weapon. I was almost done there. No, it's not like a heavy Bleezy. It just doesn't really work to do a wake up after his reversal. That's why the special 2 works the way that it does. So the only thing you're doing wrong is trying to do something that isn't really possible with animations. Why did I do that? No, Swarley, because the problem wasn't just with Silk. It wasn't even remotely with Silk. I see. Sorry, that frustrates me so much because whenever people don't like the consequences of something, they're like, "Well, how about you just go through and hand tune literally everything and do 30 or 40 times the amount of work to fix just the symptoms and don't address the root cause at all, and then we can call you incompetent if you miss something." Or we can treat the disease. It's just very frustrating. Why wasn't there any degen on me? Because I had 2 of Luke's concussions up, which meant that I was reducing Kindred's ability accuracy by 150%. The degens are passive and therefore subject to ability accuracy, so no degens. I'll explain in a minute if somebody else doesn't, Snoops. Oh, calm the frick down, Alfie. Stop flexing on people. Dang it. Sure, buddy. No, the cowardice does not affect Black Panther's burst. Well, that's annoying. That was close. I mean, I obviously could have played better, but he was being very rude. There were almost no chances to re-parry. He was just going for heavy after heavy after heavy. That was unfortunate. That's fine. That's the best thing that you could have put down. Hey, Arcade. You mind throwing a heavy attack? Come on, buddy. Maybe just do it? Thank you. Jerk. This guy. This is such a good matchup, and he's being such a jerk. Yeah, Pablo, so we've also used the word effects. Any effect, something that's called an effect, is subject to AAR. Effect means something that is a buff, a debuff, or a passive, because that's the three broad categories of effects in our game. You see damaging effects, that means debuffs or passives, but that's because there aren't damaging buffs. um, Technically, if somebody ever built a damaging buff, there would be a lot of cleanup required, but it would technically be covered under damaging effects. Um, the thing is that some things in the game are not effects. They are not passive, they are not debuffs, and those things are not subject to ability accuracy. So that's a whole can of worms to open, but like the quick example is if something is called a charge, it's probably not an effect. I'm going to be right back. I need to use the restroom. But real quick, Snoops, the important part about the Silk Lock was specifically the fact that it was blocking out the special 3. Fully stopping the ability to combo opponents as they are standing up would have had much broader implications. And so we intentionally did not take that more nuclear step. But what we did change was just allowing the opponent to special 3 if they were getting up in the corner in particular. So that was the change. I will be right back. Thank you, Aiden. Crazy Falcon Lady. Oh, that's really funny. Uh, just cause whenever I love how you guys say that. Have you guys ever thought about like as though wherever whatever we've done now, we put no thought into? Like we just kind of like toss darts, and then people are like, "Did you ever think about this?" And it's like the decisions that we make are usually for some kind of reason. And to that point, the Radiance objectives, despite the fact that I am running right up into this one, are there for a reason. When they were announced, we said that reason, right? We are trying to get people out of the victory track and to climb sooner. And that is both to give them a reason to, right? We're literally giving rewards, but it's also to make the overall Battlegrounds experience better. Because if you can get the same rewards by just sitting back and climbing late when competition is easier, that's convenient for you, but it's worse for all of the easier competition you're stomping over on the way. Those objectives have the time they have very much for a reason, and there's basically zero chance of us extending them because then that defeats the purpose. And given your last question, I feel like you just don't like the purchase and that or the purpose, and that's kind of tough. The first one was 2 weeks last season because of the seeding bug and how some people started lower than others. So that was just an attempt to equalize it. My guess is, BT, that was just because a few alliances left fights towards the end and then I guess didn't come back in the 3 hours that it was up after the maintenance, and so are saying that it shouldn't count towards points because they lost because of it, and then that turns into grumblings that it won't count. I have not heard anything internally to suggest that we're doing any kind of score tampering after last war. It was a small maintenance. You're already at 200? Then what the heck are you complaining for? Has Kabam thought about doing something different? I know they probably have a reason for what they're doing, and it's benefiting me, but have they thought about just, like, doing something different? Because by definition, if Kabam does it, it's probably wrong. I know that's not what you said. I am just having a giggle. Username does indeed check out. Why are you being so sensitive? I'm having a great time. I'm laughing. Sensitivity goes both ways, my friend. And I think you earned a little bit of ribbing for asking that and then already being up there. Like, why were you asking if it's working out fine? Okay. You're the one still talking about it is such absolutely grade school response. Gene, Gentle, Onslaught, Sinister, all of them have their benefits. Kind of depends on what is being tacked onto Yelena, is what I'll say there. Don't like this draft. Yeah, Deadpool's a good show. Taking my ball and going home. Oh, yeah, I follow. Nope, no update. I don't know what's up with that one, but I'm not on bug fixing duty right now. I know it's been reported. No update. Chaos. My fault, but chaos. Okay. What is with the T-1000 over here? That was insane. Everything went wrong in that fight. Yeah, this one isn't going to go well. Yeah, same bug swirling. That was weird. Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. That draft was not good. And I think I could have turned it around if I'd won the first one, but yep, everything went wrong. That's not what I said, Swarling. That's not what I said at all. You don't like shields? I forget about shields. Being perfectly honest. Oh, stop it, Garvit. We don't need any keyboard warrior stuff. We can just ban people. Maybe I misread what you said. Looked to me like you were saying that you would like to meet them in person, and I thought that was implying physical violence, which I do not appreciate. If it wasn't, then withdrawn. I think I did have an opportunity to grab Mantis at some point, and I just didn't. Not playing well. I probably do need to use some shields to get there. Look at the screen, Ray. I really hate when feels like nothing happens after the dash back. I tried to dex... No, I did try to dex it. I meant to... Nope, it was my fault. That's fine. Yeah, no, I knew we were losing that. Didn't have a good photon counter. I think I can win these next, but this is not good. Oh, favorite. Werewolf is indeed good. Nah, it's the job, EK. I could have drafted better. I have better photon answers in my deck. Not a lot, but enough. Cool. Yep, that's what I meant to do. Absolutely. That's... Oh. Alright, I should have victory shielded. None of these are the... It's not the input spiral! I don't know why I did that. She doesn't work for that. Yes, congratulations. You won. We don't need to spam. Was the last restart of the app not too long ago. The iPad I'm not going to subject y'all to. That takes too long. The app is pretty hot, or the device is pretty hot, though. I'm going to get there. I think I need to do this. I think I've told Corey specifically I don't answer that question before. Okay. Then I apologize for misremembering. But I don't answer that question as a rule. It is much, much easier to play Spiral when you can parry, yes. Oh, you said to play against, not to play with. Actually, that one I'll answer. I still find Absorbing Man the most like satisfying to play against. It's very clear, simple. Um, Very clear, simple kit. The other one I've pointed to, other than less cold snap damage for Kate, is that I think they're. I honestly can't even remember if I gave it a cooldown or if it's just not a long enough cooldown. But Carl's benefit from armor breaks. No, it doesn't have a cooldown because it can stack up at 10 times in the same frame or more. Um, his benefit from armor breaks needed some kind of limit. Like, I'm okay with how strong it is, but it needed a limit. Yeah, why not? That probably depends on a number of things I can't really talk about, Aiden, but I think it'd be fine in either, the short version. Yeah, watch this. I turn the Victory Shield on. We're just gonna run up there. But that's okay. That is what they are for. I have to get to work. That's an incredibly contentious topic that I'm not really going to get into, Cause, but I'll just say we also would prefer to be selling less that way. The world is the world. Okay, buddy, that's enough out of you. Already did. If you were, I guess maybe you're not watching the screen, Wade? Yeah, this'll work. It's not my favorite, but this'll work. Maybe. I know they have gentle, so I don't like this. Now we're gonna run right into his protection. That was stupid. This will take at least 2 rotations. No, come on. Ouch. Not what I meant. Early on that last hit. There we go. Alright, just wait it out. I just realized they didn't use gentle. Hey, Brennan, how's it going? Thanks, man. Yeah, Cat. There are a lot of mystics with a lot of hits. Oh, definitely, Nick. Yeah, I mean that's obviously what it is they're planning, yep, for that. But I just don't quite understand why. That's fine. I can totally count.
Yeah, I really should have avoided the special 2 there. It wasn't worth it. Yeah, I underestimated this with Thanos. My bad.
How does one fight around Gentle's unstoppable if he's stun immune? You don't. Not really, anyway. You gotta have something else that helps it, but it's tough. Nice, Brian. That's awesome.
Why, Aiden?
What's wrong with ranked rewards going to people who have the most time? One of the ways to invest in the game. The relic doesn't increase the counter because the counter is your combo, and relics don't increase your combo. Okay, let's not forget it this time. Grit is an unstoppable counter. We had a fair amount of discussion about that, Finn. I'll say it was intentional, not necessarily by me. No, I think you're probably making that up. Victor.
Because there's a fix to one thing. And I don't think it's out. And there have been no changes to relic charging overall.
No, Titania is not bugged. Thanks, Matthew. It's not a bug, Giuseppe. I didn't say I don't know what you're talking about. I said it's not a bug. Overkill. R4, pleasey. Even the fix I'm thinking of, Victor, wouldn't affect the Ghost Rider relic. I think you're just mistaken that there was something else affecting the fight. Like, one of the two fights you did was probably somewhere that had extra spirit gain. I mean, Medusa's plenty good.
That's not a loss. Okay, now I have to win one? Ugh.
Uh, no, I'll have to call them.
Yeah, good shot on werewolf. Where is he? There he is. I really need to rank 3 null at some point. That's probably my best answer here. Oh no, wait, Venom has armor break on the heavy. Let's do that. Okay, well this is going to be a cluster. Let's go.
I know, Cat, I know. I'd be very upset if I lose. Okay. I know that's disappointing, but I'll take it. I gotta run. Oh.
Yeah, I very much appreciate it. Oh, we might be able to open 2 real quick. I do have that much time, since I didn't have to play the fight. You're right, you're right. Okay.
That can be claimed later. That can be claimed later. Alright. Where did that one come from? Alright, that's Max Sig.
Sigs and Sigs.
Don't forget to actually claim the objective. I already claimed it, Cat. That's just objectives being weird. I'm planning on streaming the new side quest? Probably, but not now. So I'm going to run. Sorry I'm not really catching up on chat here, because I do have to go. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out. It was a good time. And I'll see you soon.